Hey, Guitar Heroes, have you ever been in a spot where you're ready to jam, you're ready to play, but your tuner's gone or it's dead or something like that? If you don't know how to tune your guitar to itself without a tuner, you're going to be up a creek without a paddle. Okay, so today we're going to break that down. Welcome to Simple Guitar. My name's Brad, and I'm excited to share this life-saving skill. Being able to tune without a tuner is going to save you in many, many situations down the road. It's kind of like having a superpower, so I'm excited to share that with you today. And the good news is that if that seems daunting, I want you to remember you can do this. This is something that you're going to be capable of doing with not a lot of effort. It's going to be not as bad as you think it is. All right, so let's get started with this. There's a few different things that you can do and a little bit of advice about tuning that we're going to go over as well, especially if you're by yourself or if you're playing with other people. We're talking about both different situations. First, let's talk about being by yourself and what the heck you're going to be able to do. Okay, so there's a couple different situations that we're going to need. One is the first thing that you do is you play a chord to see how in tune it is, right? So you just pick up the guitar and you strum a chord. Hopefully you're playing enough that you can strum like a G chord or something like that and tell pretty quickly how in tune is this guitar. I like E a lot of the time. E is pretty good. Right? So you're just going to strum it and you're going to pick it and be like, does any of that sound off? There we go. That's better. Right? It's not always going to be very obvious. Sometimes it'll just be a little bit out of tune. That's okay. But if you strum a chord, you can tell really quick if like something is really out of tune, and you can strum it and be like, oh, that sounds gross. And then you pick through individually. That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, that sounds wrong. Oh, that sounds better already. There we go. That's better, right? Now, that's tricky sometimes because that takes a lot of time to develop your ear to be able to hear stuff and hear the difference, especially if you're just playing a chord like that. So we're going to use a reference pitch, and there's a couple different ways that we can do this. You can tune your guitar to itself so that your guitar at least is in tune with all 6 strings on the guitar. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that all the strings are actually in tune. But what I usually do is I pick like the A string and then I tune the guitar to the rest of it, okay? Sometimes I use the E string, right? Whatever works. But I just like the A string because that tends to work out good for me. Now, how do you do that? Here's how you do it. I'm going to hold down the 6th string and I'm going to play that at the 5th fret. And then I'm going to play my A string open and let those 2 notes ring out at the same time. Those notes should be the same, and they should sound like the same note, and there shouldn't be any dissonance or waviness to the sound, right? If this 6th string was out of tune pretty bad, it would be like this. You hear that waviness? That's because it's really out of tune. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that down and let that ring out, and reach over with my right hand and turn that tuning peg to tune it up until that goes away, and then it's in tune. Pretty cool, right? Now we do it with the next string too. I'm going to hold down my A string on the 5th fret, and then I'm going to play my open 4th string, and those 2 should be the exact same note as well. In this case, that D note was a little bit flat, a little bit low. So I'm tuning up, I'm going sharper to get it in tune with itself. Now, once that's in tune, you do your third string. So your 5th fret on your 4th string, and then play your open 3rd string. Ooh, you can hear that, right? Hear that waviness? That's what we're listening for. And then it goes away when you get it in tune. Now, the trick with doing your 3rd and 2nd string together is that we're not going to do the 5th fret. You're going to play the 4th fret of your 3rd string, and then play your 2nd string open. Oh, that's pretty good already. Now, a little trick is, if you're not sure, flatten it and then come up from down below. It's easier to drop the pitch and come up in tune than to have something sharp and come down to it. I don't know why. It just is. It's good enough for me. And then to do your 1st string, you play the 5th fret on your 2nd string, and then you play your open 1st string. That was just a little out. And there, you have a guitar that is in tune. This is honestly one of the most critical skills. I have seen videos of people performing online with the guitar out of tune. I've been to open mic nights to people with their guitar out of tune and play like a 4-minute song with their guitar out of tune. I'm like, tune the guitar. So even if you don't have a tuner, like for example, you know, my A string could have been off of A, and my guitar at least would be in tune with itself, and then it would sound good. Another thing that you can do is to use a reference pitch is if you don't have something like a piano or a tuning fork or something to play something. If you have a piano, you just play a note on the piano. Like I would just play a low E note. If you can find the center of the keyboard and find your C note on that, and you play an E note lower than that, that's your low E string. And then you tune this string to that note, and then you do what we just did, and you're going to be in tune. Quick note, if you're in a band or a performing group and you're playing with a piano, tune to the piano, because being in tune on a piano is a little bit different than guitar, because you can't tune a piano as easily unless it's digital, okay? But if you're playing with an actual live piano, you need to tune to the piano. Like you'll find songs like The Scientist by Coldplay or Lady Madonna or Hey Jude or lots of songs with actual piano. I think Louie Louie by the Kingsmen, where the piano is out of tune, but the band is tuned to the piano. Sometimes that had to do with messing around with tape speed and stuff like that. But a lot of times, like The Scientist by Coldplay, the piano's just out of tune. And so the guitars and the bass and everything are tuned to the piano, okay? Now, the other thing that you could do, though, is you can get apps on your phone to tune. We're going to assume that you don't have that. The other thing you could do is just find a song. Like if I want my low E, I could just play like Enter Sandman. And if I know that sound, I can just tune, play the song and listen to it and try to tune my low E to that first note. Right? And then you should be good to go. And you can do that with all sorts of different songs. There's lots of E songs or A songs. Right? Now, the other thing that you would do, so that's the trick to tuning your guitar without a tuner. There's a few different things that you can do, but learning how to tune your guitar to itself or using a reference pitch is going to make your life easier. It's going to save you in a lot of different situations, and it's going to help develop your ear. Your ear is the most important part of your body when it comes to this, okay? When it comes to anything really with playing guitar, your ear is more important than your hands. And so working on tuning every single time that you pick up the guitar trains your ear every single time to develop, to hear more delicately, and to hear more subtle changes between pitches and stuff. And so it's just going to be really good for you to make sure that you're doing that and doing it on the regular. So if you have any more questions about that, what is your favorite way to tune your guitar without a tuner, or which one are you looking forward to learning? Let me know down in the comments. But if this was helpful, then I have another gift for you as well. If you go to my website at simpleguitar.com/top10, there you can pick up my free guide, The Top 10 Things to Learn on Guitar First. And that guide is 10 things I teach beginners all the time that get you a lot of bang for your buck. So whether you're just starting out, or you're looking to level up, or you've been struggling and confused for a long time, these 10 things will get you playing more real music a lot faster. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10. It's my gift to you for watching the video today. All you do is put in your email and I'll send it right out to you. And then have fun. Go practice tuning your guitar. Tune every single time that you play, whether you have a tuner or not. And I will catch you in the next lesson.